Here's our Blueberry Fusion resin tutorial in our Crystal Edge round mold. Look at how sparkling those edges are. I'm doing this one with a new color, a deep purple acrylic ink by Liquitex. I have 6 drops and 2.29 ounces of Art Pro Resin. I'd mixed up 11 ounces to start with. I've never used that deep purple before and it turned out really nice. Then I have some Prussian blue acrylic ink, 4 drops and 1.94 ounces. Then I have some Meyspring purple amethyst mica powder, 4 scoops of that in 1.59 ounces, and those are tiny little scoops. Then I have ocean white pigment paste by Let's Resin, 4 drops in 2.12 ounces. And then I have Quinacridone Magenta for my push, 3 drops and about 2.56 ounces of resin, although I end up not using all of that at the end. And I have some crushed glass and iridescent glass beads right there. I waited till the resin was about 32 to 32.5 degrees Celsius before I started pouring. And I put the deep purple on the very bottom. I don't know why I've never used this color before. It is a very pinky purple, where the other color I used, Prism Violet, is more of a purple color. But all of these, the blues and the purples and the magentas, all work really well together. And then I'm doing this a little differently. I'm going to pour large dots on the outside and then some smaller on the inside. This part I'm doing real time, and then the other colors I'm going to speed up a little bit just so you don't have to watch everything being poured one by one. This mold does take about 10.5 ounces to 11 ounces of resin. I ended up using pretty much all of it except for the push, like I said, at the end, because it looked like the mold was getting too full. So I've completed the outside circle there, and then I think I'm going to do 4 on the inside. And it was funny what I noticed with this. The resin was really jiggly. Like, I don't think it shows on the video, but every time I was pouring a color, it would jiggle like I was pouring jello on top of jello. It was very strange. And I ended up with a lot of resin in my cup. When I've done a pour like this in the past, I tend to use it up quicker or during this whole first part of it, but I end up using it later by circling it around the edges. And here I'm taking the Amethyst Mica and just pouring it on top of these circles I've already poured. And again, I had a little bit left of this. You don't have as much mica as you do of the Prussian blue, but I did swirl that around at the end as well. Best laid plans always get changed when you're pouring resin. And then I'm taking the white and pouring it on the top as well. Maybe you can see the circles kind of jiggling here now. I'm like, what is this resin doing? It seemed like the white was sinking pretty fast and moving. I haven't done a pour like this in a while. And I had some white left over too. So here I'm just taking that leftover blue and circling it around the edges. I end up calling this the Blueberry Fusion. It is very purple, but it is blue as well. So blue, berry, it's a fusion of colors that all look good together. So that was quite a bit. It wasn't probably half the amount of color. There was like around 1.94 ounces total, but a good amount there around the top edge. A little bit less of the mica, and I'm moving faster here, speed ramped it up, but still doing just a circle around the outer edges. And then I thought, what the hell, I still have white left. Let me put that on the outside edge as well. I'm always leery of that white though, because sometimes it doesn't treat me well. And then there's the push. And I have to say, I had no hopes that this was going to turn out, because when I see that happening in there, once I move my hand away, you see how it's making like little swoops of color? When I've seen that in the past, it doesn't always work out so well. Not in this mold, in other molds. And that white wasn't really moving or doing anything, so I thought this was going to be an epic fail. But it's funny how you think the ones that are going to fail will turn out, and the ones that you think are going to turn out fail. And here's just a little bit of speed ramping, not a lot of change there. Colors aren't moving all that much. But then it's the next day and time for demolding. Those colors worked well together. See what I mean about the blueberry fusion? I think this pour worked out beautifully. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below.